All right, everybody, welcome. Menu taking a little bit of a different turn. Young Chef Jeff in the house with David, Mr. Dior himself. Shout out to COVID. Can't hold him back. He's still here. Yeah, look at him. Now, you may see we're in a little bit of different outfits than we usually are. And I think that's worth noting. David, you want to show him what's going on there?
Let me.
Tell him a little bit what's going on.
I'm gonna just give him a quick little runway walk first.
Oh, okay.
Now.
Ooh.
Shout out to
mothers, single moms, throw some dollar bills for your boy.
Look, you see the hat too, it says Bay, so take notes.
There you go. And we're not gonna stand up too much. I don't want to reveal too much, but Food Wars, we got it going on. So we're hooking it up.
It'll all be free.
And now here's the part where I want to give you guys an idea for maybe some of you who don't know really what anime is too much. So I'm going to give you a glimpse of what we're really going into. If you want to take a look first, Ishiki. If you never watched Food Wars, it's really weird, but it'll get you where you need to go. So that's really important. Now another one. This is where David's at right here with the Akatsuki stuff. So keep an eye on that. That's important. So now I want us to kind of deep dive. Again, a lot of you maybe do follow anime. It's really nice right now, but a lot of people don't. We're going to get right into what a lot of people may know or don't know, but we're going to jump right into movie topics here for you, David. What is your favorite anime movie?
Hands down, my favorite anime movie would be Heroes Rising, My Hero Academia.
Okay.
That had the best action in it, best storyline. Like the whole shebang was there. I was in the movie theaters, probably like the oldest person there. Mind you, I was 30 at this time? 30 at this time, but I was there cheering, the popcorn, the beer on the side, like I want more of it. I need more of it.
All the smoke.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't want to spoil it too much for those who haven't seen it, but if you love anime and you go to movies to watch them, like, I would highly recommend this because it's going to blow your top.
There you go. Now, I'm going to share mine, and I'm interested to see your reaction to this because a lot of people may or may not consider this anime anymore. Pokemon the movie. Now, I want you to go way back to when we were kids. Pokemon the movie. Hopefully you cried a little bit during that movie as a kid. It was sad. It was sad. But anyway, that's where I go because I'm not a big anime movie guy. I don't like that a lot of anime movies are not done by the same creators of the series. So, for example, the Naruto movies, can't really get into them. Heard too much negativity towards them, and I was like, you know what, I'm just not feeling that. The one I really do want to watch, even though I don't like the series, is Demon Slayer. I don't like Demon Slayer. We can go into that on a different episode. I'm gonna catch a lot of heat on that one, but yes, I do want to watch the movie just to, hey, for nothing else, a cultural aspect. Now, is there any honorable mentions for you on anime movies?
Sorry, what was that?
Do you have any honorable mentions for anime movies?
Not really, to be honest. Like you said, though, it's hard to find really good anime movies just because the fact you said, like, a lot of the writers are different. So a lot of movies tend to throw you off compared to like a lot of the anime series themselves. So yeah. I would really say there's a lot of honorable mentions when it comes to the movies. But I will say this, and if anybody watches it in Japan, when you guys get those movies, Japan, we need them ASAP also, please. I hate waiting 3 months or trying to bootleg them off the Fire Stick or look online. Just send them our way so we can all be happy. Each needs Sanchi.
Hey, as Mr. Huka Doncic, Mr. Gabe would always say, we need that expeditiously. Send it.
100.
All right, now I'm gonna move on to the next topic here. We went from movies. We're gonna transition over to shows. What are your top 5? Let's kind of go back and forth on this in no specific order. I'll let you name five. I'll name five, but let's go one, 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 one. You ready?
I totally agree. That's how I want to do it. Yes, and we're actually going to have you started off this time. So.
Ooh, okay. Now I'm going to start you off with a weird one then. Are you ready? The Sound of Life.
Yes, sir.
The Sound
You
of
know
Life
what?
is a weird one for you, but I like that one.
I haven't seen that one. I'll probably add it to my list though. How
It,
many seasons?
I don't remember how many seasons. It is rather long. But what I love about it is, so I did not actually start out watching it. My fiance did. Shout out to her on that one. And what's worse is I said, "Oh, I'm not gonna watch that. I'm not gonna watch that." And I was supposedly on my phone the whole time until I started laughing at the corny ass jokes. That's when I realized I was hooked, and we had to restart the whole damn series.
That's usually how it happens, honestly.
Yep. All right, let's let you go with one.
So I'm gonna go classic first. So one of my all-time favorites, Rurouni Kenshin.
Okay, that's not
Hands
what
down.
I've seen.
That is amazing. It used to come on Toonami. It used to like right after Inuyasha.
Okay.
Well, yeah, right after Inuyasha. And that's honestly that what kind of got me hooked into anime deep at first.
Okay.
And I know now they got a live action TV series on Netflix. I haven't watched that yet because I still watch actually the old episodes of Rurouni Kenshin. So
Don't ruin the original.
I'm not, definitely not.
Okay, let's see. Now, I'm trying to stay away from the really big ones because I want to see if I can catch you sleeping on any of these, okay? I'm going to end with the big
Oh
guy.
man, I got all the big ones.
I'm going to end on the big ones, but here's another one I was obsessed with. Parasite.
Me and you just talked about this like 2 weeks ago. Matter of fact, I haven't started it yet, but I've read some reviews, and actually, I watched a couple of YouTube videos and reviews, and I heard that
Yes.
that is amazing. So
Miggy.
I'm gonna have to add that. That's I think that might be number two on my to watch list next. Honestly,
It'll take your brain and just flip it. So take a look at Parasite if you haven't seen Parasite. That is one of those animes where it's gonna throw you for a loop. It's definitely on the sci-fi track, but it's all things that you think, wow, is it possible though? Maybe it is. I don't know. I mean, little
you know what?
different.
I'm gonna actually start it when we get done with this pod. I'm actually gonna start it today.
Get started on Parasite. It's not that long. It's really not, especially if you're binging it. I think you'll feel like it goes really quick.
I
Um,
got COVID. I ain't got nothing else to do but watch
there you go.
anime. So shout out to COVID for that.
There, hey, all anime during COVID. All right, what's your number two, or which one are
All
you
right.
naming second?
So you know what? I'm gonna go with it's kind of a newer one, older in Japan, of course. The God of High School.
Another one I haven't seen either. Okay, we're keeping the trend
Oh,
going.
so they had only one season out here in the US so far, but for this one, and we're going to talk about this topic probably after this. So I actually read the manga of it first,
Okay,
and,
we'll get into
and
that
it just
later.
blew my mind. Yeah, it blew my mind the writing that was behind it because like the writing was so in depth, like I can actually like visualize what they're writing out. So
Okay,
when it came out, an anime series on I think I watched it on Crunchyroll if I'm not mistaken. Like
okay,
this, it went hand in hand with the manga writing, and it just blew my mind exactly how it was when I was reading it. So that
okay.
one, it's only one season. I want to say 12 episodes. So yeah, if you got some binge time, I know you're a busy man nowadays. You should definitely check it out.
Definitely. Okay. Now we're going to talk about this whole manga and how they can go hand in hand and how sometimes they don't. We're going to get into that here in a little bit. I got that on our topics that we're going to hit. Here's another one for you. Are you ready for my third one on my list?
Hey, sign me up.
All right. I told you I'm trying to stay away from the big ones, but I'm in the outfit, so I got to go. Food Wars. I mean,
But
it, a lot
you
of
got to show
people.
us the outfit again real quick.
All right. Well, I already undid it, but bam.
Hashtag PG-13.
Yes, yes. But even though, so this is where I'm going to talk about Food Wars. a lot of people are going to shy away from it as we go through season one, especially if you got kids around. Probably not the right kind of anime to watch with kids around. It gets very sexual during season one. Now, with that being said, as they get deeper, you can't really tell. If you were a kid, you could not tell that they're having their sexual moments. It's just they're kind of doing their thing. But it is something you will get yourself into it, as an adult. You understand the jokes a lot more. And for me, as a lot of you guys know, I love food. Everything I do is about food, and it's really interesting how they don't just say throw this ingredient with this ingredient and it makes no damn sense. Like, let's make a spam PB&J. Shout out to the pregnant moms on that one. But but spam PB&J, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But you watch Food Wars, they're going to break everything down, and they actually bring food science into the show. So as a food guy, loved it. So you got extra time, there's another one for you, Food Wars.
I think when I start that,
Be alone.
you're gonna have to cook for me again because I miss
Hey,
the cook.
I'll chef it up for you. What's your next one, sir?
One time, one time. So my next one, actually, I am going to go with one that I've been anticipating so long.
Okay.
I'm tired of this goddamn wait. One Punch Man. Man, by the time they have another series, I'm gonna have 2 kids, and I'm so tired of waiting. But
It's because they shouldn't have had a first series. Dude looks like an egghead. He looks like he has an egghead.
Hey, but I tell you, that egghead is a weapon of mass destruction.
Well, you got a lot of hate. I haven't actually watched One Punch Man just because I can't get over the cover looking like a damn egghead.
Bruh. You know what, though?
What makes it so good, though? Tell me why One Punch Man?
You know what? I'm not gonna tell you what makes it so good, but I'm gonna tell you what everybody else talks about when it comes to One Punch Man. The comparison is One Punch Man, Dragon Ball Z. Everybody's like, who's the strongest man? Pardon the dogs in the background, but they're saying who's the strongest man? What can do this? Who can do that? And then they also bring in like Superman and all that extra junk. And I'm like, you can't put them all in one category. They're all different, but One Punch Man is you know what? I just think that what keeps me more attracted to it is like it's so good. Every episode is nonstop action. Another great storyline, and then it's always keeping you on your toes. Like this is actually an anime episode, not episode, but an anime series. Like if I get left on a cliffhanger, I'm okay with it because I know the next episode, like I'm gonna be butt naked running around pouring water on me.
All right, I got you. All right, are you ready for my next one? Because I'm going to start hitting my top 2 favorites.
So you said we on the top two, right?
It's my 2 favorites. They don't have to be your 2 favorites. You can mention whatever you want, but I'm going to go with my 2 absolute favorites coming up. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
All right, Attack on Titan. It has to be somewhere in this list. Honestly, it's probably got to be right there at the top if you're going to talk about top animes. So Attack on Titan. I didn't even like it at first when I started watching it.
Give me a second, Jeff. Yo.
All right. And so my next one, it belongs on that list. It has to be right up at the top if you're talking about your top animes is Attack on Titan. I mean, it's right there. Right next to Kurama for Naruto. It's somewhere like right there. But I think there's so much character development, so many life lessons, everything we talk about with anime, that the reason why you should let your kids watch anime, it's all in there. So Attack on Titan, that's where I'm going with my 4th named anime. Like I said, not necessarily top animes, but I think that does belong at the top of the anime list.
I couldn't disagree more. I mean, it's in my top 10 for sure.
Yep.
Um, I'm gonna get more into that one actually later, but I'm
Okay.
gonna agree with you on that one. Everything that you mentioned, I two thumbs up and a nod because yes.
It
But
deserves everything. It wants all the smoke, literally.
I will say this though. I think out of all the anime that I watch, like that. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna say because I'm gonna get into it
If
later.
we're
I'm
gonna
gonna get
get
to it.
into it
So
later, don't worry. I'll talk
I'm,
about
I'm
that
gonna
one later
pause that.
with you.
I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna
All
just
right.
go into my. So we're at my top two, and my. This is my number two in general right now.
Okay.
Of course, what I got on is Naruto slash Boruto.
Okay.
Has to be. Like you mentioned too, everything. I mean, other than the fillers, because there's so many fillers in all of these. Like the fillers, if you can just cut them out. But the life lessons, the character adaptation from old characters to bringing in new characters, and the fact that it follows them from when they were children to their not their adulthood, but their adolescence, and then
Yep.
into their adulthood. And now that they have children, they're passing on that same like knowledge about their heritage, about
Yes.
their towns, and of course, just the whole shonen, the whole action in it too. It's bonkers.
But you can't cut out the fillers. If you want that character development, you're watching somebody's life.
No, there's some. I mean, like
They're boring. I get it. They are boring.
episodes where you're like great example, the episode where Kakashi when they're trying to unmask him and stuff. Like, come on,
No,
that
you
feels
have to
unnecessary.
have that one. If there's any filler you want to watch, you have to watch them trying to
I,
unmask
I think it
Kakashi
was it was good for some like good laughs to get you away from
because of
seeing
the ending.
everything. But to me, I was like, I don't really care what this guy's look like. He's a trained assassin. He's a killer. Get to the next episode.
No, you have to know that because even though they're becoming almost gods at that point, they're becoming so strong, but they're nowhere near Kakashi, just right here. Homeboy had him fooled the whole
He's
episode.
always one step ahead.
Yes. All right, are you ready? I'm going to end it with my absolute favorite. It's hands down Hunter x Hunter.
I'm gonna stop you right there because that is also mine.
It has
Number
to
one.
It has to. If you haven't watched Hunter x Hunter, I don't want to spoil it because your villain might not be your villain. Your hero might not be your hero. It's going to turn your world upside down. And don't cut out the fillers. They're needed for the character development. The life lessons in the fillers.
I don't think I recall.
Chimera and Arc had a lot of fillers, but they were 100% needed. And
Exactly.
did you cry at the end of the whole series?
All right,
Be honest.
you mentioned crying a couple times. Let me tell you, I haven't cried in. I lied. I cried when Neji died in Naruto.
Ooh.
That's the only time I cried.
Okay.
No other anime has had me into this.
So you're a tough guy. That's cool. Animes will break me down with their character development. I don't cry for live actions, real movies, even in person. But I will tell you, at the end of Hunter x Hunter, there was like in the last 40 episodes, they got me like good 3 times. They got one with Neferpito, they got one with Komugi, and then at the very end, and I'm gonna kind of frame this. It's the happy moments that always get me. It's not the sad, it's not somebody dying. It's those happy moments. I'll be like, damn you. I'm so proud. So
we did that, didn't we?
Yeah. So it gets me here. But you said that was also your top. So
that's my number one.
Okay. Are you
Yeah.
ready for our next topic then?
So let's slide into it.
You want to go first or you want me to go first?
You know what? I'll take a stab at this
one. Okay. I want your favorite anime villain.
Oh, that's perfect. It goes hand in hand. Hisoka.
Okay.
He's like he's weird to figure out, and I like that. Like I don't like when you first get these villains and you know they're the villain. Like he's technically like kind of not a villain, and he kind of is. And then
Is
he's a
he a
funny
villain?
guy. We don't know how old he is. It's like, is he a pedophile? Is he not a pedophile? Is he a superhero? Is he not a superhero? Is like, is he part of the? I'm not going to spoil it, but the
But
try, like, what is this guy? But I love it because he leaves you with that suspense.
and let's not forget the fan service moment that they gave for all the women anime people, or maybe the guys who swing that direction. No judgment. But when they gave him the Hizuka, and he's sitting in a palm butt naked, and his hair was different, like they had to give somebody a fan service moment. There was no need for that at all. But you know what? They said, you know what? We got you guys. You want to know what Hizuka looks naked? I got you.
They threw it all out there. Like, I feel like that's literally one anime when they like that main villain, they just threw him everything. Like, he's gonna do whatever the hell he wants. We're gonna make him do whatever the hell he wants. But at the end of each episode, you're gonna remember his name.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So mine is a weird one because again, we're still on Hunter x Hunter with this. And so my hero and villain go hand in hand, and it's because they were both a villain slash a hero throughout the whole thing. You may have realized it, you may have not. Gon and Killua. And I say Gon as possibly a villain as well because of how he treats people at the end of the series. Because they
I knew
build
you
you
was
up.
gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say it.
There's a moment, and this isn't going to spoil it because you don't know when it's going to happen. You got 146 episodes that you got to watch if you haven't ever seen it. But that moment when Gon turns to Killua and says, you don't feel my pain because it wasn't your fight, and Killua just kind of looks at him like, the fuck, and walks away. And it pissed him off, and he goes and kills somebody. um
Literally, yeah.
so I'm like, and Killua, he is his whole life up until Gon, he was an assassin. So
He
he
was a
was the
great
bad guy.
bastard. His whole family, yes.
So, and the family is fucking awesome. So yeah, I would love to keep this PG. I would love to keep it PG, but when we're talking about this, you're gonna get some F bombs. They're awesome. And so my hero and villain together, and this is why I was hoping you would go first on that, because I was going to name them both, Gon and Killua, hero slash villain all together. Do you have a hero that's your favorite?
Damn, you know what? I didn't even like take time to think of really a good, a good, a good. Actually, you know what? Oh damn, uh, that's a tough one for me because there's just like so many.
Yep.
I lied. My favorite, honestly, hero slash just character is going to be from Naruto, and it is going to be Mr. Bushy Brows Rock Lee.
Okay, Bushy Brow. I like Bushy Brow.
I feel like he just overcomes so many obstacles and fears with this whole character development, and then like even his successor towards like the end of the main Naruto, they
Yes.
literally almost killed themselves just trying to save the village and the people. So like that to me was like, and he doesn't even really, he has what, taijutsu. He doesn't have any like real like
Nothing else.
powers. So it's
Only
like
taijutsu.
he turned ballistic and was handing out ass whoopings left and right without taking names, numbers, none of that. He was in there, Bruce Lee it up, whole shebang, and I was like, that's one being for Halloween every year until I'm 35. So if I ever go to any Halloween parties, just know what I'm gonna be dressed up as, and I'm gonna be kicking people's asses.
So no judgment, no judgment, but low key, you might be a little bit too dark skinned to be broccoli.
Hey, it's okay. All right.
You're gonna be the darkest broccoli we know.
Hey.
You're still handing out ass whoopings as broccoli.
All right.
All right.
I'll be.
So I have a feeling we're coming up on an area where we are going to talk about this whole Attack on Titan thing. Let me figure out if I'm right or not. Something that would be a good real life movie.
Damn, you nailed it in the coffin, boy.
Okay,
That I'm just gonna elaborate off that if that's all right.
go for it. Go go.
I feel like just that whole how would you say it? Like when I first watched it, it took a while to get into,
Yes.
but their graphics already seem so real. Like especially if you got like an HD TV or whatever they have now,
The
UVHD
4K.
1080, like 3D TVs pretty much. Like
Yeah.
even before all that, the graphics on that was like, dude, this can almost be as realistic as everything else that I've been watching or that I wanted to watch.
Yes.
So the fact, like, I think that would be easy transition into a movie because of that, the graphics and a lot of their characters already seem like so real with their development. And I mean, we got already, like Godzilla's and your King Kongs and shit.
Yep.
So it would just be easy adaptation that would
Titan.
just, I think, would just take over the storm by storm. If that movie
Yes.
came out to be a realistic movie, guaranteed it's selling charts numbers off the boards.
Dude, imagine people like with the ODM gear.
You feel me? Imagine if they put that movie in like 3D IMAX, man. I'll be in there like Spider-Man.
Well, think about it. If people love Spider-Man and how he swings, people that aren't into anime would instantly be like, "Oh shit, that's tight!" Like it's more realistic than Spider-Man. We
Yeah.
built something. It's technology. Do we not have some cool ass technology these days?
Everything about it was realistic, other than the Titans themselves. But like you were saying, the technology was all hand built stuff, shooting off of walls and things that had guns, not
Yeah.
everything was realistic. So if there's any anime people out there, let's all push to have this movie made by the year 2025.
Done right though. Done right. Because I don't want no Dragon Ball Revolution bullshit. Fucking you can't piss me off more than mentioning a live action of Dragon Ball. Like,
Man, I remember I was probably like 12 years old with the highest hopes in there. I probably went in that movie theaters and cried because I was so sad and disappointed from the whole acting, from the cast, the producers, the storyline. Like
and they even picked a good spot of the story to do, and they botched it.
they bombed that, man. I don't. There's no coming back from that ever. And you know what? That's probably why they haven't made an actual live Dragon Ball Z movie now because
They
that
know.
shit stunk bad,
Here,
so bad.
here's another one we can name that was completely botched but could have been amazing. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Potential, and they took him from being Aang to Ung. What the hell?
Man, I think there's more behind that one. So I'm gonna leave it be. But that one was still way better than the Dragon Ball.
Now I want to
Wait,
mention one other, and this one is near and dear to my heart. I loved this. I think I liked it more as a live action than even the anime, and I'm gonna get hate for this, but
here,
I loved Death Note the movie.
you know what? Every time I watched it, I fell asleep in the first 12 minutes. So
And see, I understand it, but people are like, oh, they didn't follow it exactly. And I understand that they didn't. They didn't follow the anime to a T. But is that not where creativity comes in hand? It's not like they made a bad movie. They just didn't follow the story or the manga to a T. For me, I looked at it as two completely separate things. But they did follow a lot of the anime. They did say, okay, they gave you insight to him with the apple. They threw it back, but they tried to make it something that would be more popular with people. So I liked that one. I understand a lot of people didn't, but I did.
I felt like they tried to make it more of like a horror film than an actual anime film.
I could see that. I think it's because they had the budget of a horror film, is why I felt that way.
Well, I'll tell you, like I said, I fell asleep within 12 minutes, so it scared the shit out of me.
So I'm going to be cutting a few of our topics out here. and I'm going to take it because we're going to be running a little bit long here, but I also want us to have content, and I want people to be able to engage with us here and maybe even guest host with us. I want to touch on something as we start to wrap up. Me personally, I am not into watching a lot of sub. I do like dubbed anime, and it's because I'm not a good reader. No, hold up. I'm going deeper into this. I'm going deeper. I'm not a good reader. If I read something, chances are I will have no idea what I read 2 seconds later. So I much prefer, I'm the type of learner I am, visual, hearing, things like that. I'm not good with reading. I'm not stupid. Hold up now. I'm not, but now I'm going to turn that around and kind of talk out of both sides of my mouth here. I don't like waiting on dubs. So, for example, Attack on Titan, I am fully caught up, even though the dub isn't out yet. I don't need it. I needed the anime faster. So, if needed, I will watch the sub. But if I have an option to watch dub, I'll probably wind up watching both. What about you, sir? Tell me, where is it at?
Tisk tisk, that's where it's at. Cause it's all about sub, bro. Dub anime throws off everything. They switch the whole characters' voices.
Yeah.
They don't even say half the funny stuff or like the derogative stuff they say. Like they switch it up too much. And I feel sub also. It makes you pay attention more because you have to read. Dub, I mean, say dub, I'm listening to some dub Pokemon. I can go sit on the toilet across the way, turn my TV up and look at what's going on. I can't do that with sub. I got to be in the room, focused here. We got to be here.
But there's no judgment for our viewers who prefer dub, right? As long as you're getting into anime, let's talk anime.
I guarantee you right now, any
You're
of our
judging.
viewers, any of our friends, families, enemies, the ratio between like sub and dub is going to be like 90% sub, 10% dub. And sadly, you're one of those 10%ers.
Hey, I like them both.
But
I'm not
I still
watching.
love you. I still love you.
And like I said, I can't tell you how many times I'll walk into the room, Carol's just zoned in. She's fully looking at the anime. She's reading it away. She's going crazy. And I'm like, no, I'm not watching. I'm not watching. And a few minutes later, even though it's sub, she'll hear me start laughing because I caught one of the jokes. And she almost instantly realizes this mother. I'm sitting there reading right along with her, watching every anime and binging it right there with her, even though I said I wasn't. So, again, David might judge you, but young Chef, I ain't gonna judge you. You want to watch dub. Now, I want to wrap this up though. We're gonna finish it, and this is again, we're trying to reach out to people who might be into anime and might not. Some people love watching just straight anime. Turn on Netflix, go crazy. There's others who exclusively read the manga, and there's people that do both and can't wait for both. Uh, Mr. Dior, what's the best way to get into anime if you're not into anime now? Is it reading the manga? Is it watching it on Netflix, Hulu, and any of those streams? Where is it at for you for a new person?
I think for a new person, um, it would probably be more like watching it on like Netflix, Crunchyroll, whatever, because a lot of the manga is way ahead of what the episodes that they're putting out.
Yes.
So I feel like a lot of people nowadays, and I'm sorry that I say this, don't knock me, but I feel like a lot of people don't want to read up into all that. They just kind of want to get into the action, into the gist of it. And then like kind of maybe once the season's done, read in between and then wait for the next season. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of what I do. I'm like, it's a little bit of both. I'll read into something and I'm like, oh, if they have an anime series out, I'll just start watching it. Or there'll be something that I'll just be watching and the season's done, but they have a whole three new seasons in the manga. I'm probably gonna read up on that too. So it kind of fluctuates, but it really just takes like when it comes to anime and finding your anime. You have to find your anime.
You
Like
have
I
to
know
find
people,
yours.
I feel like I know people who are like, oh, I don't like anime, I don't watch anime. But I'm like, bro, growing up, did you watch Pokemon? Yes, you did. Did you watch Yu-Gi-Oh? Yes, you did. Did you watch Powder Puff Girls? Yes, you did. Those are
Dragon Ball.
all forms of anime. So you, in your life somewhere, even still today, a lot of the stuff that we watch anime. So people just find your anime,
Yep.
zone out, read up, or watch them.
Yeah. And I agree. The only thing I'm going to add to that is I completely agree with you. Most times when I run into manga, it's on accident because I'm looking at shows and I've gotten so deep into the anime series, and then I'm on Instagram and boom, manga titles start popping up. And I'm like, oh shit, spoilers, goddamn. So I will say that. And on a closing note, we've talked about a lot of different animes here today. And I want to give a little bit of a precursor because you may have heard us really talking about how great Attack on Titan is. I don't recommend that for a brand new anime watcher. I don't think that's a good one. It's somewhat difficult to get into at the beginning. There's animes for everybody. Some people may love it from the start, but I don't think that's a good one for somebody just getting into anime. And Food Wars, kind of the same thing. Uh, Haikyuu, there's a lot of them that might not be for you as a beginner. You go, wow, this isn't for me. So I'll just give that as my warning. Find your anime. Don't just quit after the first one. That just might not have been your kind of topic. But if you want to reach out to Dior, me, and you want to say, hey, this is the kind of stuff I like, what kind of anime do you recommend? Chances are we're going to start you off on the basics of Naruto. That's the beginner training wheels. It'll get you there and it'll get you deep. But
Got a whole list in my phone of just animes from beginners to intermediate. So y'all ready?
all right. Anything else you want to add really quick as we're logging out here?
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I do, and I'm glad that we talked about this anime topic because I was watching a podcast a couple of days ago, well, like last week before I got COVID, of course, at work, and it was talking about Post Malone on Hot Ones. Matter of fact, second one.
Yes.
He was talking about how he was a huge nerd and like anime fan, and I like at work like took my hat off and was like, I respect this and I appreciate this.
Posty.
I feel like I'm happy because growing up, I wasn't really bullied or picked on, but I was kind of picked on. Like I stood my ground. Nobody was fucking.
It was low key. It was definitely low key.
Nobody was fucking. Like people knew I was still to today. I'm that weird guy who watches, and I'm that weird token black guy, token Blasian to be correct, who watches anime, who who will wear anime stuff or just do some random stupid anime shit. So like just seeing celebrities or just gentlemen like us being able to sit down and just talk about it so open and freely, I love it and I respect it. And to all you nerds and anime friends, fans, even haters out there, give it a shot, watch it, develop it, and grow. See where it'll take you because it's fun to watch. It's beautiful. It's good for the soul, and you can actually learn some shit.
Now, we're a little bit different because David, I think this is the first time you and I are doing this together alone without the rest of the guys. And typically we end all of our podcasts by asking about our mental state. Now you got COVID right now, so we know you're not 100. we know that. I still want to make sure you're doing good. It's been a while since we heard from Mr. Dior.
Man, I'm in the backwoods. I'm just working and working out. So I've been doing just trying to maintain and take care of things. Honestly, I know you guys see I'm MIA and probably all of our group texts and everything. It's just I'm just trying to strive to do better, cut certain things, certain people out of my life. Like it's been a very life opening time since the last time that I saw everybody. So I'm just instead of life coming at me, I'm going more into life.
There you go.
That's really it. I'm just counting my blessings, counting the people that are still here with me today, and
Yes.
That's really about it. So I don't want to say my mental's good because I feel like it's never good, and we can always do better. But just know that David 2.0 is loading up. So when you guys see me really MIA, that just means I'm doing fucking great and that I love you guys. So,
There you
but
go.
enough about me. Before we even get into asking you about your mental, I do want to take this time, in case you guys didn't know, congratulations to my boy, young Chef A, who's going to be a daddy here. Shout out to Jeff.
Thank you.
Jordan,
The
round two. Shout out to
best.
shout out to all the dads that I know in general that are just holding it down. And then my last thing, Gabe, who's not on here, we recently lost his pop, so I want to send still condolences. Love to you and your family also, fam. And Scoop, can't forget about Scoop. Scoop is
Never.
killing. He is killing it right now when it comes to the whole fashion, photography, videography, sports. Scoop, that guy is a mastermind. So shout out to him too. So I love all you guys, but Jeff, let's hear how you doing, sir.
I just want to say, I don't want to tell everybody how I'm doing. I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. 10 out of 10, can't complain. But I want to do something a little bit different. And I want you to partake with me on this because I feel like this helps everybody's mental state. Two things that you're grateful in life, and not something generic, not, oh, I'm glad to be here. I want us to really kind of dive into this. For me, I'm really thankful for not just the people in my life, but I'm really thankful for my fiance, and not just her by herself, but what she's had to endure. Honestly, nobody else would put up with me. I'm a tough person.
I know.
So that's my first one. I am extremely thankful for her and what she does for me, and how she has helped me from 15 years ago when we first got together to now. I am not the same person, and I can see that growth, and hopefully everybody else can too.
I was just gonna say we can all see it, boy. We can all see
And
it.
the other thing I'm thankful for is going to be really an awkward one. I'm thankful for a specific life lesson that was given to me or taught to me, and it's probably been said 10 million times, but it eventually sunk in that we got two ears, only one mouth. And I'm thankful for that because eventually I shut up. I started listening, started asking questions instead of just speaking out of my ass all the time. So, extremely thankful for that lesson in life and something I'm going to pass down. David, do you have two things that you can think of that you are extremely grateful in life?
You kind of said it, one of them, but you just said, that one life lesson. I'm thankful for life lessons in general
Okay.
because I feel, well, and I can't say I feel, I mean, I know all the life lessons that I've been through are the reason why I'm still here today, the reason why I'm attracted and surrounded by positive people. So shout out to them life lessons that were previous taught and are still going to catch up to me because I know I learn something new damn near every day. So
Yes, sir.
all those life lessons, sign me up, come slap me in the face. So I'm thankful for life lessons in general. And you're like you said, the other one. I mean, I don't have a spouse at the moment, but
ATM, ATM.
my next one is my last one. But I'm thankful for just those who continue to pour love on me, and I'm able to share that love back to them, and if not to them, to their youth or the people around them.
Absolutely.
Those are what I'm thankful for, to be honest, sir. And thank you for asking that. I appreciate that.
Yes, absolutely. Now we're ending this. We're going to end it on the bright note, as we always like to do. Manu 2.0. We're here. We're staying. You're going to hear a whole bunch of new topics. And, well, there you go. There's the goodbye dance.
I would like to say this too before we go. Like, subscribe, tell your friends and tell their friends. Do us a favor and help us help you. We love to hear some feedback, positive or negative, because we're all adults. So spread the love. Thank you guys for everything. Love you guys. Mal kita.
Thank you. Manu out.